Welcome to the Strongest Puck Podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Santucci. It is now the Strong New York Podcast. We're going to keep it clean, keep it simple. But as if you haven't noticed, we're at the Arnold, which is the biggest show in the country, probably the world. There's got to be a couple 100,000 people here. And I'm sitting here with a very special person, somebody who's actually won the Arnold before and won Mr. Olympia 3 times.
Yeah.
As a champion of both.
Sure.
Because not a lot of people have done both.
Yeah.
What do you feel is more prestigious? What do you say, when people ask you, are you more proud of the Olympia or the Arnold?
I think winning the Arnold is like a stepping stone to the Olympia. Olympia is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding.
It's still the big show.
Super Bowl. That's the #1 spot that everyone. So once you win the Arnold, it's kind of like it's a good segue into becoming the best in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you've won Olympia 3 times.
3 times, bro.
So why the Arnold only once? Like, did you only try to compete?
Yeah, well, no, I competed 2016, I won that one, and then I tried 17 and 18, I got 2nd place both years.
But won the Arnold those.
Yeah.
Won the Olympia those times.
But then I won the Olympia, and then I just continued with the Olympia, because like I said, that when it comes to like the hierarchy, I guess Olympia is a little bit higher. You know?
So now explain to us, because I know a lot of people out there are getting into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding's becoming so much more relevant.
Sure.
You have over 1 million followers.
Yeah.
You got guys like Sam Sulik and the Trent Twins and a lot of these guys coming up who are making bodybuilding more relevant.
Sure.
But when you started, it wasn't.
No.
What got you into it?
I was a skinny kid working at the hospital, and this lady, her name was Lisa. This is 2011. She's like, "Why are you so skinny?" That moment,
it's always a woman.
Yeah. No, and at the same time that was going on, I was going through a breakup. So I was going through a breakup, and my ego was challenged.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I gotta get in the gym. I started eating chicken breast, doing like bench press, going home. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any guidance.
Yeah.
But I still ended up doing a show. I got 2nd place, top 2. So I was like, if I'm able to just go like halfway into a prep and still get top 2, what can I do if I go 100%?
Yeah, so we had talked about that when we first met at the Celsius event.
Yeah.
And you had said you always had a good physique.
Right.
How much you contribute, do you feel that you work as hard as other people to look the way you do?
Now I do. Like before, I was kind of like half-assing it, because I knew I had a nice physique. But in order to reach that next level, to be a Mr. Olympia, you have to go even harder. And then when you win the Mr. Olympia, you got to do even more work. It's not like you win the Olympia and then you're done.
What's something that you hate working? Like, I hate working my legs. I'm from Jersey.
As far as training, training, probably back. Because I love training it, it's just, I feel it so much more, like training back. Because in order to grow your back, you have to put yourself through a lot of tension, Yeah. So that tension of training back is probably my thing.
As somebody who's been a champion multiple times in multiple different arenas, who do you look up to? Like when you first started getting into it, there had to be somebody where you're like, I want to do a little bit of what he does and a little bit of what he does.
Sure.
Who are those people?
So in the beginning, when I started, there was no men's physique. So I didn't really have a men's physique guy to look at. So I would look at open bodybuilders. My guys are Kai Green, Jay Cutler, obviously Arnold, Flex Wheeler, Flex Lewis. Those are my top 5 for bodybuilding who I looked up to, got my inspiration from. And I knew I couldn't look like them, but it was the work ethic, the mindset that I learned from them.
But now you do.
Yeah.
Right? Like the average person can't tell the difference between you and Flex Lewis.
For sure. Yeah, it's crazy. Now.
but now, when did you start to gain an eye for it? Because you probably always didn't notice those little nuancing things.
Yeah.
How far into your career did you start to notice?
I think after I won the Arnold Classic, because I was still working full time when I won the Arnold Classic, a regular job. And then once I won and I went 100% full time with bodybuilding, that's when everything started changing for me, bro. I was able to go 100% on my diet, my training, my food, everything, and that was a game changer for me.
Are you in prep right now for Olympia?
I'm getting ready for New York and Pittsburgh now.
Okay.
I'm about 12 weeks out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 12 weeks out from New York.
And then 13 from Pittsburgh, or the other way around. Pittsburgh is first.
And then you have to qualify every year to go to the.
No, actually, if you win Olympia, you're lifetime qualification. Lifetime. Yeah.
So now you're going to do the Olympia in October.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now at a show like this, which is so impressive. I think this is probably, I've been coming here for 10 plus years. And every year, obviously COVID slowed things down a little bit. I started 3-4 years ago. It wasn't as busy. But this is the busiest I've ever seen.
No, this is crazy. Yeah. I couldn't even get to the Celsius booth. It was insane.
Who do you look forward to seeing here? Are there any social media people? Are there any guys that you haven't met that you want to meet here?
Honestly, I think
you met Arnold.
The only person I really would want to meet would be Samson Dauda.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Samson. I've always been before he even got like super famous now.
Very cool.
So yeah, he's one bodybuilder I for sure want to meet.
How is it you walking through here? There's got to be a couple of people up your ass.
It's great, but there were so many people, they probably didn't even notice me. But yeah, walking through the crowd, I was definitely stopped, for pictures. But it's normal. It's normal for me,
With bodybuilding now being so at the forefront of like culture, right?
Sure.
Like American culture. I mean, I'd say world culture because I was just in Dubai. I went to Dubai Muscle Show, and they're eating this shit up. They love
it's
it.
insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. You go to Asia, this is their basketball. This is their football. Our bodybuilding. You go to the Middle East. You go to South America, Brazil. It's bodybuilding.
What would you say? What do you think that can? What do you think made that all happen?
They don't have any major sports. So all they have is soccer. So when you see a sport that can go international and anybody can do it, anybody can be a bodybuilder. You got Hadi Chupan, he's from the Middle East. You got guys from Brazil that are killing it, guys from Europe that are killing it, from Asia, that can be successful and be a champion in this sport. So it gives everybody an opportunity to become the best in the world.
Have you ever played any other sports?
Yeah, football. I ran track most of my life, and then soccer.
What would you say the hardest sport you competed in?
And wrestling.
My man.
Okay? That was the
I
toughest
tell everybody,
one.
listen, but as a wrestler, as a former wrestler, I wrestled all through high school and college.
Yeah.
I do jiu-jitsu now.
There you go.
I don't think I have the discipline or the mental ability, because obviously wrestling takes a lot of mental strength to get through it.
Yeah.
It's grueling, it's tough, and I love that.
Yes.
But I think it's a different type of mental strength to do what you do with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar though. It's similar. The work ethic, I've learned that from wrestling.
Yeah.
Learning how to get through that pain, but knowing that it's gonna end. It doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
But the glory is what lasts forever, not the pain.
Much harder to cut weight for wrestling or cut weight for this?
Cut weight for wrestling. Much harder, yeah.
Is it really?
Way harder.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because it's just much more strenuous work, For bodybuilding, it's very specific. Like, you don't need to get extremely lean. You just need to get to a certain point where, because you start getting extremely lean, you start to lose muscle.
Yeah.
Where in wrestling, if you lose a little bit of muscle, it's okay. But bodybuilding is for that look. So you want to get as lean as possible without losing that muscle.
And now, when you first started, were you kind of exploring, or did you have somebody kind of guiding you through it?
No, I was just doing my own thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I had my ex at the time who actually broke up with me, that inspired me to get back in the gym and take it serious. But no, I just followed what she was doing, and it kind of just worked for me. And I kind of just ate more food than her, or I would train a little bit longer than her.
When people say everybody, I mean, most people out there want to be like, all right, I want to look like him. I want to get a better physique.
Yeah.
Do you keep your protein the same and play with the carbs and fats, or what do you?
Exactly. Yeah. My protein's always the same. Okay. But carbs and fats are going to be moderate, low, or high. So depending on how far I am in my body composition, I'll be on moderate, low, or high carbs.
And through a bulk, you're just playing with the carbs and the fats?
Yeah. Usually, if I'm bulking, I never go low in a bulk. So usually moderate and high carb. That's it, bro.
You hear a lot of people say, though, they'll up the protein to the desired weight. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds.
Right.
You want to get to 220. Do you bump your protein up to 220?
No, because with protein, it's a little more complicated. It processes slower in the body, and you got to be careful how much protein you're eating, because too much of anything is not good for you.
Of course.
So I eat a good amount there where I can still hold a sufficient amount of muscle. But it's really the carbs and the fats that's going to manipulate my body composition.
I mean, listen, you're a big deal here. You lived in Miami.
Yeah.
You lived in Vegas.
Yeah.
You walk around here. I'm sure the ladies are looking. What's going on? Where are the hottest girls? At the Arnold, Vegas, or Miami?
Ooh. I think Miami is much more diverse when it comes to women, different type of women.
Anything.
Yeah, I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything, bro.
That's my type of guy. So now you're getting ready.
Yeah.
You're here. You're flying out to. You were just telling me you're flying out to what?
China on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's my job. Do things like that. I can't complain,
When did you? A lot of people have a hard time trying to decide when they make that jump.
Yeah.
When they make that jump from hey, I can make this a full-time career.
Right.
When was it for you?
After I won the Arnold.
Okay.
Yeah, I was working retail, I won the Arnold Saturday. I had the Sunday at the press conference for champions, and Monday I was back to open the store. And that same week, a fan came in. He's like, "Did you just win the Arnold? Like, you're working here?" It's like, "Yeah, I just won, you know." And then
you needed that kick in the ass.
Yeah, I had a fan come in, and I took a picture with them. I had my employee take a picture of us. I'm like, "Yo, I need to go 100% with bodybuilding. I can't be doing this full time."
And now, did you start doing the social media thing, or you already had the endorsements?
No, I wasn't even, like, back then it wasn't that big. It had just started, you know. There was no TikTok or anything. So by that time, when I won the Arnold, I only had like 10K followers, less than 10K. Nobody really knew who I was, you know. I just kind of came out of nowhere.
There's a lot of these brands popping up, right?
Yeah,
you got Young LA, you got Dark Sport and stuff.
Yeah.
Or you're not with any of that?
I'm with Dark Sport.
You're with Dark Sport?
Yeah.
So,
since the beginning.
What do you think of their success? What do you think?
Incredible. There's the only real competition would be Young LA, but we're still the best. Like, I'm gonna be biased because I've been with them for the longest.
But do you feel that these brands are now driving the culture forward a little bit?
Yeah, because it's not just gym culture now. Now it's becoming a fashion.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. You can go to Target, the grocery store, or you can go out and club with the same Dark Sport clothes, you know? Or you can go to the gym in the same Dark Sport clothes. It's so versatile.
I'm a huge fan of the brand. Obviously, I love being with Celsius. I drink the product multiple times a day.
Same.
Everybody on here knows that I'll chug it, and I'm probably running off about 400 grams of caffeine right now. Brandon, thank you so much for coming on the Strong as Fuck podcast. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Brandon D. Hendrickson. You can find me on YouTube. Just look up my name, Brandon Hendrickson, and then Snapchat, Brandon Hendrickson.
This guy's a phenom in the sport. He's doing some really good stuff. Guys, if you don't follow him already, start to follow this guy and watch him because he's going to be one of the greats if he's not already.
God bless, brother.
Thank you, bro.